Assalamualaikum to my beloved lecturers. So today my group and I gonna present about my project for manufacturing sustainability BMFP 4322. So we are from group 8 and our product office chair. So let me introduce my group member. Firstly, Muhammad Adam Aiman bin Azali, Wagon, anak laki Asai Tambi, Muhammad Fairul Hisham bin Aziz, and my name Zairul Hafiz bin Muhammad Zamri, Nurul Mutiah binti Asta. Okay, let's start. Assalamualaikum, my name is Zairul Hafiz bin Muhammad Zamri. Okay, for the introduction of manufacturing sustainability. Sustainability means that a new product can be created by taking care of the long-term impact of the existing product. Sustainability plays a key role in ensuring that the advancement of technology does not harm the atmosphere or the planet. Technology can cause pollution, deforestation, biodiversity extinction, and global warming. Background study. Student must choose a product consisting of a minimum of 15 parts or component. Student must write a report to understand all the environmental impact of the product. They must to recommended elements that can be redesigned to increase the environmental sustainability. Here are the objectives of our project. Number 1, to conduct a comparative life cycle assessment of a manufactured goods. Number 2, to design and develop an office chair that has sustainable manufacturing value. Number 3, to create a redesign process to existing product without affect its functionality. The scope are type of office chair, part involved, which are 15 parts, CAD software, CATIA V5R21, sustainability tools we use design for environment DFE. For the literature review, green manufacturing process. Green manufacturing has the potential to solve most of the problem facing the world today. 4 R's, reduce, reuse, recycle, remanufacture are being embraced and implemented slowly. Talk by Minhaj Ahmed and Rakesh Shrivastava, 2013. In the late 1918s and early 1990s, the idea of green manufacturing emerged in Germany. They developed an efficient global production standard, instilling that any business wishing to compete internationally must start producing goods that comply with the European Market Grades Regulation by Balinsky 1995, whereas interpreted by Zhang 1997, GM technology and design practices will allow manufacturers to turn waste into profitable product. Green manufacturing, GM, is a processing system that minimize waste and emissions, slow down the loss of natural resources, and eliminate the large volume of waste entering landfill by Cotellani 2001. Without undermining the capacity of future generations to satisfy their own needs, green manufacturing meets the need of the present generation by Mindler 2005. Literature 2.2, Green Operation. Operation have the greatest environmental effect of all the roles of a manufacturer, example financing, marketing and operation, since they are the primary source of hazardous goods. Therefore, it must important to identify waste through environmental management system to reduce the environmental burden of the operation of the organization by Gupta 1995. Lai and Wong 2012 state that from product creation to the management of the whole product life cycle, the scope of green operation (GO) includes sustainable practice such as eco design, clean manufacturing, recycling, and reuse, with an emphasis on minimizing the cost associated with the production, delivery usage, and disposal of goods respectively. By adopting green operation, businesses will reap financial gains by collecting their products' residual values and encouraging product creativity by evaluating the return product for potential change in design by Tiburn and Rogen 2001. Both substance and process-oriented environmental practice concern green operation. Tokte and Ferguson 2006. Green operation grants consistency and environmental enforcement in product management, avoiding negative corporate image through environmental compliance. Product that is negligent are green operation, stated by Porter and Lindbender, 1995A, 1995B.
So I'm gonna present to you about literature review. Before that, my name is Nurul. And for my literature review, it will be under design for environment. Design for environment is a method used in manufacturing sustainability to improvise environmental impact of a product life cycle by considering a few factors in it. So we can design and improvise version of a product. So under the FE, there will be 2 points there. There is process changes and product changes. For process changes, we can improve operating practice or a change of technology. And for product change, there will be change of material or even we can create a different product from there. So this is where design for environment stand in sustainability change. So for the second literature review, we will be principle and approach of the FE. So here I'm choosing LCA, which is life cycle assessment. So LCA is used to extract flaws or potential improvement in design, taking environmental impact as factor. So the goal is still the same. We will produce a whole different product considering two factors, and by extracting flaws or improvise the product itself.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Adam Aiman bin Azali. So I will continue with the methodology here. So this is the flowchart. First one, we decide the product, which product we are using, and then we break it up. We break up it and decide what are the components used in this product. So and then we identify the waste of the product. So and then next we continue with the product life cycle analysis, and then we do the eco web design and also the eco indicator analysis. Next we do the data interpretation, and then doing some improvement at the product, and lastly we make a conclusion. So the first one is the product life cycle. There are 5 stages: pre-production, production, distribution, utilization, and disposal. In pre-production, we came up with what are the materials used for each component, and then the production, how the material is manufactured to make the component, and then the assembly, and lastly the finishing. At the distribution stage, we came up what type of packaging used, and the transportation cost, and also the storing of the product. Next, we continue with the utilization, where the consumer use the product for how long, and then whether it needs some maintenance for the product. And lastly, the disposal. We decide where we want to dispose the end of life for the component or the product, which is here we choose office chair. We decide whether we dispose it at the landfill or we can recycle some of the component of the office chair. And then I continue with the eco design web. We have 7 stages: material selection, material usage, distribution, product use, optimal life, end of life, and new ways of doing it. For the material selection, we came out with a number of material, whether it is renewable, recyclable, it is non-renewable, non-hazardous, or hazardous. And then the material usage is the appropriate amount for function of number of parts. And for the distribution stage, we describe the type and amount of packaging, the type of transport, and distance transported. This is same with the previous one. This one a product life cycle, but have the some stages, which is optimal life and new ways of doing it. And then I continue with the product use, the type and amount of energy used, use of refill and or consumables. And then optimal life, whether it is we decide the reliability. It is the product is easy to maintain or easy to repair. It is upgradable or the design is classic or modern. And then next is the end of life. We come up with the reuse of product or components, whether the component is refurbished or the component is recycled or non-recycled. And then the last one is new ways of doing it, whether we decide whether the product can multifunction or anything else it can do, the product can do. And then after that we decide with this color, which is the red or orange, yellow, light green or dark green. The red one is the very bad, and then the good one is the very good, is the yellow, is the green one. And then the eco indicator analysis. So the eco indicator analysis is split into 3 sections. The first one is the production of raw materials, the processing, the transport, and energy. We decide the material or the process, and then we come out with the amount and indicator, and lastly the result. Same with the use stage, which is the transportation, energy, and any auxiliary materials. We decide the amount and the indicator, and lastly the result. And then for the last stage is the disposal, which is we come up with the disposal process per type of material. The material is list out, and then how to dispose the material. We come out with the amount and indicator, and lastly the result. So after we got the value of each stage, we total it, and that is the value of the eco indicator analysis.
So this is our product life cycle. Our product, as you can see, we are choosing a office chair as our product, and four main element there, which is fabric, steel, plastic, and polypropylene. For seat cover, our seat cover is made of fabric, and for tail component and cylinder is made of steel, and armrests and chambers made from polypropylene. And the last one is mesh back, seat fan, and lumbar support system and wheels made of plastic.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Fairul Hisham bin Aziz. I will present about the eco design web of office chair. Eco design web have 7 elements that we need to be considered. The final shape at the center of eco design web show which element need to be improved and which element is a good or sustainable element. So for the first element is a new ways of doing it. Office chair can be used as a sitting place and can be used for body rest. The second element is material selection. The material that we use is polypropylene, steel, plastic cover, plastic, and fabric. For the material uses, there are 15 components in office chair, which is base, tilt angle, tilt lock, height adjustment, seat pan, cylinder, armrest, and more others. For the distribution, office chair can be distributed and assembled the at Wizen industry of Melaka. It can be transported by the supplier using lorry and container. For the product use, office chair maintain the healthy posture of sitting and give a comfortable during sitting. For the optimal life, office chair is a sustainable product, environmental friendly, long lifespan and low harmful. And the last element is end of life. Office chair can be recycled, which is the material of polypropylene and steel can be recycled and can be refurbished when broken part exists. We can see that the element of the material selection and end of life need to be improved to make this product as a sustainable. So this is the process tree of office chair. There are 5 materials in making the office chair, which is polypropylene, steel, plastic cover, plastic, and fabric. Each material have their manufacturing process, like injection molding, cold fogging, and garment manufacturing. After that, the material will be assembled and transported. Next, the material go to the packaging and product can be used in product use. After the product have not functioned, there are 2 ways of product can go, which is recycle and disposal in municipal waste. Material of polypropylene and steel can be recycled for the future use. This is a eco indicator of the product. We can see that the total of the production, which is material, processing, transport, and extra energy, is 926.41. For the uses of transport, energy, and auxiliary material, the total is 128.334. For the disposal, like landfill wool product and recycle of polypropylene and steel, the total is 434.71. So the grand total of the final product is 620.034. The total weight of the material, which is polypropylene, steel, plastic cover, plastic, and fabric, is 4.82 kilogram. So this is eco design web after improvement. We can see that the shape at the center of eco design web show the office chair is a sustainable product after improvement, because all shape is in the green circle of eco design web. The improvement that was made is at the material selection element. which is replace the steel material with the aluminum material and remove fabric and replace with the leather material. For the end of life, we add a function that the change the damaged part of the office chair. So the damaged part or the part that have a defect can be changed with a new one. So this is a process tree after the improvement. We can see that the steel was improved by replaced with aluminium, and the manufacturing process of aluminium is restoration, and the fabric was replaced with leather, and the manufacturing process of leather is leather manufacturing. So the wool process tree is almost the same with the previous office chair, and only material was be changed. Next, we go to the eco indicator after improvement. Uh, the total of production, which is material, processing, transport, and extra energy, the total is 751.81. The total of uses of transport, energy, and auxiliary material is 128.334. The total of disposal, which is landfill and recycle of polypropylene and steel and aluminium, is 434.71. So the grand total is 620.034. The total of weight material, which is polypropylene, aluminium, plastic cover, plastic and leather, is 4.41 kilogram. So for the assuming transport for 20 kilogram by delivery van is 0.0882 TKM. For the 200 kilogram by 28 tons truck is 0.882 TKM. And for the 20,000 kilometer by freighter oceanic is 88.2 TKM.
Very good morning to my professors, Dr. Hambali and Dr. Norazwa. So today I'm Vivegan from Group 8 of Sustainable Sustain. We'll be presenting you about the discussion part of the project. So for discussion, we have to look at the original and the redesigned product, which is the office chair. So for the discussion, there are several improvements that are made in the raw materials used for the product life cycle. So for the part that the raw materials are affected are backbone of the chair and also the seat of the chair. So for the original product, the main product for the main material, the raw material for the backbone of the chair is steel, and for seat is fabric. And after we analyzed it and we redesigned it, we have chosen that the raw material for backbone will be aluminum and for the seat will be leather. So why we choose steel, aluminum over steel? Because the melting point of steel is very high, about 1425 degrees Celsius. But the melting point of aluminum is 660 degrees Celsius. So it makes that during the manufacturing process for this raw material to change it into the product, less energy is being used to make the product, make the backbone of the chair. So for steel, they'll be needing more energy in terms of electricity or coal or or any kind of fossil fuels to heat up the heaters for molding or forging. But aluminium, it requires more than half of what steel requires. So we'll be making it sustainable. We are reducing the energy used for the process. And next, we look at the yield strength of steel. The yield strength of steel is about 250 megapascal, whereas the yield strength of aluminum is 270 megapascal. But what makes it more important, more significant, is that the strength to weight ratio of steel is 0.031. So how we get the strength to weight ratio is that we take the yield strength of steel and aluminum, then divide it by the density of the respective metal. Like for steel, you take the yield strength of the steel and divide it by the density, then you get 0.031. And for aluminum, you'll get 0.1. So basically, it says that the strength to weight ratio, that you can use less aluminum to get the same strength that we get from steel with the higher weight. So from here, we can conclude the aluminum benefits more because we can reduce the weight, but we can maintain the strength or increase the strength, because the yield strength you can see is 250 megapascal for steel and 270 for aluminum. And next, we'll be looking at the vulnerability to corrosion. And for steel, this is not stainless, it's normal steel, so it's vulnerable to corrosion, which then affects the structural ability of the steel to stand after in the load, to carry load. So it may break due to corrosion, depends on the environment also. But steel benefits from corrosion because the corrosion sticks to outer surface of aluminum and makes it more durable. So next we'll be going to the next discussion on the parts of the seat. So the original seat is made from fabric, but the redesigned one is made from leather. The reasons for this is because fabric is difficult to clean. To clean fabric, you need the vacuum and the detergent soap. You have to let it dry. You have to vacuum it, all the dirt from it. Then you have to let it dry. But for leather, it's very easy to clean. You just get a soap and cloth, then wipe it off. And fabric has bad odor due to it being, it can get bad odor and sticks to the bad odor sticks to it. It's very hard to remove the bad odor from fabric. And leather, no bad odor. Fabric has it can stain from, let's say, liquid like coffee or chocolate, because the administrators in the admin, they used to eat or bring in the place. So normally the fabric of the chair will get stained, and not for leather. And decolorization of the color of the fabric. Normally the fabric colors will decolorize in a short amount of time, but not for leather. And the fabric is liquid absorbent because it is porous, and if you pour liquid on it, it will absorb deep into the fabric. But for leather, it's water resistant. And fabric has short life, and leather has long life. Short life because of fabric is more vulnerable to sharp objects. Like, for example, if you have zips in your pocket, then it can hurt. It can damage the outer side of the fabric and exposes the inside. But for leather, it's more damage resistant, so it's better for the production of office chair. So next, we'll be looking at the eco indicator comparison of both these products. So eco indicator score indicates impacts of product to the environment and the sustainability. Higher score of eco indicator shows product is damaging to environment and is not sustainable. So eco indicator score of original and redesign, we have to compare both of them. So for original, it's 926, whereas for the redesigned version is 715. So from the redesigning aspect, so we have reduced about 175 points of the total score. So we can assure that this new redesigned product is more sustainable and has less environmental harmful impact to the environment. So that's all from me. Thank you.
So in conclusion, I can say that all of our members are giving their 100% commitment to ensure the successfulness of this project. And as you can see, we are choosing office chair as our project, and we managed to implement few methods of manufacturing sustainability in order to improvise the design of office chair by implementing the non-value added process as part